We're going to look at problem solving, and so we have an equation here, and we're going to go through some steps here. The first step is we're going to add or subtract extra numbers to get them away. So when we look at this, our goal is to get x by itself, which is the variable. So we're going to try to get rid of this 5 first, and then we're going to simplify. The next step is we're going to multiply or divide, again with the goal of freeing this variable. Simplify again, and then when we come to an end result x equals something, we are going to go back and check to make sure that the number we got when plugged back into this original equation makes this a true statement. So going with step 1, adding or subtracting. Since I have this term with the x and having 5 subtracted from it, I am going to do the opposite to get rid of this 5. So since I have minus 5 here, I'm going to add 5 here, directly below it. And so negative 5 plus 5, that gives me 0, so I'm going to ignore that. But if I do something to this side of the equation, I'm going to have to do it to this side of the equation. So I'm going to be adding 5 over here. So I have 18 plus 5 is 23. And so I need to simplify this, clean it up a bit. So I'm going to have 23 equals 3 halves x. Alright, so going on to step 2 here, I want to multiply or divide so that I can free this variable. So one nice thing about a fraction, if you know this idea, is that whenever I multiply a fraction by its reciprocal, it equals 1. This works for real numbers. And so I can make this go to 1, which would give me 1 times x is just x, and so I've effectively eliminated the fraction. So on both sides I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, and in case you don't remember what the reciprocal is, that's I just take the fraction that I'm given, I flip it upside down, and then I'm going to multiply it by both sides. So I have 3 halves here, so I'm going to flip it over to have 2/3. So multiplying on both sides by 2/3, 3 halves times 2/3 is 1. 1 times x is just x. So simplifying this side, I get just x here. Now over here, I'm going to have 2/3 times 23, which is going to give me 46/3. And so I have this improper fraction here. Now this doesn't really reduce. You could change it into a mixed number or to a decimal. I'm going to leave it just as an improper fraction. So I claim that x is equal to 46/3. Now I want to go back and plug it into the original equation here and see if it gives me a true statement. Alright, so I've taken the original equation and I've plugged in the number that I solved for. And so I need to do the multiplication before I do the subtraction according to PEMDAS, or order of operations, whichever way you may have learned that. And to do this, I'm going to pre-reduce. So I don't know if you've seen this or not, but if you look on the diagonal across from the multiplication sign, so from numerator to denominator across the multiplication on the diagonal, you see we have 3 on each here. I'm going to pre-reduce that. 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 3 one time here, and so I'm going to make those 1 each. And then looking on the diagonal the other direction, I see that 46 and 2 are both even, so they are divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide each by 2 also. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 46 divided by 2 is 23. And so now I have 1 times 23 is going to be 23. And 1 times 1 is 1. So this fraction has a magnitude of 23. That goes in here. So I'm looking at 18 equals 23 minus 5. When I simplify these fractions. So 23 minus 5 is indeed 18. So I have the statement 18 equals 18. That is true. And so my answer of 46 thirds for x is true. I've checked my work. The answer to this original equation, 18 equals 3 halves times x minus 5, is that x must be 46 thirds. Cheerful calculations.